Psychology reveals something shocking about people who chat with themselves when nobody's around. They're not losing their grip on reality, not mentally falling apart, and definitely not spiraling into madness. The truth is way more fascinating than that. Your brain operates at such an incredible speed that sometimes it needs to speak things out loud just to keep everything from becoming a tangled mess. And if you find yourself mumbling, arguing, or whispering to yourself during your everyday routine, there are legitimate scientific explanations powering this behavior. First off, you possess a powerfully active thinking system that craves absolute precision. When you talk to yourself, you're not imagining fake conversations with invisible people. You're actually bringing your thoughts into the physical world. Scientists have discovered that when you speak a thought out loud, it transforms from something foggy into something real, something you can actually grab onto and examine from different angles. You'd much rather hear that idea bounce off your own ears than let it ping around wildly inside your skull like a confused pinball. Most people walk through life with minds full of cloudy confusion and vague emotions they can't quite pin down. Your brain refuses to accept that chaos. You weaponize your voice to sculpt your ideas into solid shapes so you can test them, tear them apart, and rebuild them better. You're not fighting to form basic thoughts. You're thinking so intensely, so deliberately, that keeping it all silent would be like trying to contain an explosion in a paper bag. Now, this explains why you have full debates with yourself while standing in the shower. But it doesn't explain why you narrate your actions when you're hunting for your wallet or working through a tricky situation. That behavior taps into something even more primal, something hardwired into your survival instincts. Second, you activate verbal shortcuts to supercharge your vision and attention. People who speak to themselves aren't just making random sounds for entertainment, they're turbocharging how fast their brain processes information. Research proves that actually saying the name of something you're searching for literally fires up the visual center of your brain faster than staying quiet. Psychologists have a fancy term for this called stimulus upregulation. When you say wallet or glasses out loud, your brain instantly paints a clearer picture of that object and automatically filters out everything else trying to steal your attention. While everyone else stumbles around confused and distracted, you're essentially programming your mind like a precision laser. You talk to yourself because you're obsessed with getting things done efficiently. You're not breaking down, you're operating with surgical accuracy that leaves average thinkers in the dust. But having razor-sharp focus means nothing if your feelings are bouncing off the walls. Uncontrolled. And this is exactly where your self-talk habit transforms into your most powerful emotional shield. Third, you've developed expert-level skills at controlling your own emotions. Many people who speak to themselves do it in second or third person. You might catch yourself saying, "All right, you've got this," or "What were you thinking doing that?" Studies show this technique is called distanced self-talk, and it screams high emotional awareness. By addressing yourself like you're talking to a separate person, you create mental space between yourself and whatever stress is attacking you. You don't get sucked into panic spirals. You talk yourself back to calm ground. You become your own counselor, your own cheerleader, and your own reality check all rolled into one. This skill lets you stay ice cold under pressure while others around you completely melt down. You never need someone else to settle your nerves because you've already cracked the code on soothing your own system from the inside. Yet being able to calm yourself is only half the advantage. You also need to remember the mountains of information constantly flooding into your awareness. This is where your voice becomes a biological storage device. Fourth, you're secretly hacking the way your long-term memory saves information. People who talk to themselves typically have incredibly sticky memories for things that actually matter to them. Research confirms that reading or speaking information out loud triggers what T-brain experts call the production effect. The simple act of speaking carves a unique memory signature into your brain that silent thinking just cannot match. You're not repeating things because you're forgetful. You're essentially hitting the save button. Your brain recognizes that by voicing something, you're flagging that piece of information as critically important, something worth keeping forever. You experience life on a deeper level, and you flat out refuse to let crucial details vanish into thin air. Here's the bottom line. If you catch yourself speaking out loud to an empty room, it doesn't mean you're strange or broken. It means your mind is a high-octane machine that needs a release valve. You've got superior concentration, stronger emotional control, and a more reliable memory than most people walking this planet. You're not crazy. You're simply functioning at a level most people never reach. If you're someone who holds entire conversations with yourself, drop a brain emoji down in the comments so we can count how many of us are out here. And if you're hungry for more research-backed content that celebrates exactly who you are, smash that subscribe button immediately, because the next video might explain why your mind never stops running.